Clutch Talk Sports Radio Podcast.
Tasty Talk with Ian DeLeon.
X gon' give it to you.
Welcome back to the Kickin' It with Kysii show. Yes, we are back from our break. Thanks again for joining and for tuning in. Thanks for everybody that's joining us here on the Two Live Stews Radio Network. Also for those listening to me on Kysii.com, xsquadaffiliates.com, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Podcasts, SoundCloud, and everywhere else where you can find podcasts. Thank you. And I'd like to give a shout out to my next guest that we got coming on here, man. This guy has joined the X Squad and has been on fire and has never looked back. Every show I've heard from since him joining has been a pleasure. I've listened to every show, and this guy here is, I said it on a tweet yesterday that he's running with the torch. What I mean by that is he's paving the way, he's next level. And when I said that he's running with the torch and he's next level, the next thing I know, a day later, I get some news. And I will talk about that news. So anyway, without further ado, I'd like to bring on one of the newest X Squad affiliates, my man Kevin Gray of Clutch Talk Sports. What's good with you, brother? How you doing today?
Man, we're kicking it with Kysii on a Thursday night. What's going on, my man?
Oh man, I am doing awesome, man. Doing awesome, man. It's a Thursday. It's football night. It's a division game going on right now. I've been enjoying this Buffalo Jets game. They've been going at it hard. I don't know, man. I don't even know where I see this game. Who you see coming out at the end of this, first off?
Well, the Jets are competing up 10-7 right now. Looks like they just forced a turnover, but Buffalo has been surprisingly playing well, keeping up with New England, that tough AFC East division. Sean McDermott, the first-year head coach for Buffalo, has got this team playing well. Tyrese Taylor has played well. I mean, they've got a good foundation, good defense, not making mistakes on the offensive side of the football. So I like the direction that Buffalo is headed in. But New York right now is giving them all they can.
They're giving them the business.
Right now. Yeah.
It's a division game too, man. They giving them the business. Yeah, so anyway, brother, like I said, let me let the cat out the bag here. So, my man Kevin in Clutch Talk Sports has had an offer, which they accepted, which has them now being broadcast on the Sports Radio America network. And you will have your first broadcast coming up this Monday, which is 7 a.m. Central Standard. No, I'm sorry, 7 a.m. Yeah, Central Standard Time, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you're going live on this network on Mondays and Fridays, correct?
That's right. Every Monday and Friday we will be bringing you CT Sports Radio Live, the Clutch Talk Sports Radio Live every Monday and Friday on the Sports Radio America network. That is 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, right down here in Dallas, Texas. Same Clutch Talk Sports Radio, but we'll be bringing it to the people live every Monday and Friday on the Sports Radio America Network. So we're super excited about this opportunity and what it will bring in terms of new listeners, and give our fans and listeners who have already supported this program an opportunity to hear us get after it, not just for 1 hour now, but for 2 hours every Monday and Friday. So we are, to say we're excited is an understatement. So we've already got our show lined up for Monday. It's going to be a fantastic show. Can't wait to bring it to the people. And we'll bring in X Squad along for the ride. So it's been a long time coming, but we're ready for Monday, November 6th.
Man, huge. I spoke about, and I see you in here too, P-Funk. I spoke about P-Funk bringing the X to live radio out of Houston, and now you bringing us to live radio out of Dallas. Man, we're going to blow Texas up. X Squad blowing up Texas here, bro.
That's right.
Hey, and shout out to that ninja who just came through. Shout out to that ninja Real Cash Ranger. Check him out on Spreaker when you get a chance. Be sure to follow his shows, the Underground Railroad Show. Found Monday evenings. I think 6 p.m. Eastern Standard is the time. Now, Monday show. What you gonna talk about?
Man, we're going to show you the variety of what we do as far as our program is concerned. So, huge UFC event this weekend out at Madison Square Garden, headlined by Georges St. Pierre fighting Michael Bisping for the middleweight championship of the world. So we're going to have some conversation about that, recapping that on Monday. Obviously going to recap Week 9 of the National Football League. I'm going to talk about my Cowboys. We'll see if Ezekiel Elliott can find his way onto the football field. If not, Cowboys will be going against the Chiefs on Sunday without his services for the next 6 weeks. We're going to talk a little Major League Baseball. Obviously, the World Series is just wrapped up and going into the offseason. We're going to be talking a whole lot NBA. We're going to talk some NBA news and notes. We're going to give you a little bit of everything and show you what we're about. And, of course, the sports guys usually give us what we need going into our Monday and Friday shows. So we've got some good stuff lined up. So it's going to be a variety of things that's going to get a diverse audience that enjoys everything from Major League Baseball to the NBA, obviously the NFL in the midst of what they're going through right now. And, of course, we're going to bring in a little bit of combat sports, too. So I'm a huge combat sports fan. Love boxing, love MMA, and we're going to bring you some flavor of that. So my show is designed to make you think, but also create variety for a diverse audience of listeners. So if you like a little bit of everything, my show is the show for you, especially starting on Monday.
There you go. And we're gonna, as an X Squad, I'm gonna put Mocha on it. So Mocha, that's your assignment Monday morning. We're gonna blast this show so that we all can get in on that TuneIn Radio app on Monday morning and show the support of the X. Definitely, we're gonna blow that up. We're blowing their chat room up. They ain't seen that before. We're blowing the chat room up Monday morning. All right. Now, in Texas, it's two things, man. We got two things going. I ain't gonna say that. Well, one is sad. The other one is, I guess, sad too. If you're a Cowboys fan, it's sad. If you're a Texans fan, it's sad. Ezekiel Elliott with the Cowboys situation, and with Houston, Deshaun Watson going out for the season. Your thoughts on those two situations?
Well, yeah, it's let's start with the Houston Texans. I mean, they just celebrated a World Series championship win last night with the defeating the Dodgers in 7 games. And then less than, 12, 13 hours later, they find out the franchise quarterback, tears his ACL with a non-contact injury. So, I mean, Deshaun Watson came in from Clemson, last 2 national championship games, the national championship a year ago. Bill O'Brien hands the keys, head coach of the Texans hands the keys over to this young guy, and he has been absolutely on fire. I mean, with tit for tat with Russell Wilson on Sunday throwing another 4 touchdown passes, and if I remember right, it was according to NFL research and NFL reference, through 7 games, had more touchdowns than any quarterback in NFL history through his first 7 games as a starter in the NFL. So, I mean, the guy was absolutely on fire, had brought a fire at the quarterback position that they have been lacking for a long time. And I know the folks down there in Houston are devastated by the news of him being out for the rest of the season, because he had finally brought some hope to that offense. In fact, they've been the number one scoring team in the league since he took over, and they scored another 38 points this past Sunday, even though they lost to Seattle. So he's going to be missed, not just from the fact of his play on the field, but a guy who was starting to become a franchise quarterback for that team. And going forward now, we'll see what they do at the quarterback position. I assume Tom Savage reclaims his starting job. We'll see if the Texans decide to try and give Colin Kaepernick a workout potentially, because his skill set could fit in a Bill O'Brien offense, but that will remain to be seen. But yeah, I feel bad for those folks down there in Houston, because that's not what you want coming off a World Series win, and next thing you know, your franchise quarterback tears his leg up in practice the next day. But but here in Dallas, it's been a saga to say the least with the Ezekiel Elliott situation. Obviously, his lawyers are trying to get another stay and file an appeal of his appeal and being suspended for the next 6 games. So Dallas has a good set of running backs behind him. Alfred Morris looks like we'll get the start on Sunday in place of Ezekiel Elliott. So this is a guy who's had multiple 1,000-yard seasons when he was with Washington. And then when he's played at times, for the Cowboys this year, has played pretty well. So our offensive line is deep and it's strong, and will give Alfred Morris an opportunity against this Kansas City Chiefs team on Sunday to really have an opportunity to play well. But Zeke is going to be missed if they are not able to get him on the field on Sunday. The guy is a great blocking back. The guy can catch the ball out of the backfield. We all know how he can run in between the tackles, and is a dynamic playmaker out in space. So Dak Prescott's going to be missing him quite a bit if he's not there on Sunday. But it's been a saga to say the least, whether or not he's going to play. When he's not going to play, he does show up and plays well, especially the last 3 weeks, especially the last couple weeks, I'd say, with his performances against San Francisco and Washington last week. So, he's going to be missed quite a bit. But I have certain feelings on that I'm sure we'll get into here in a couple of minutes. But as of right now, that's kind of where we stand in terms of what's going on with our Cowboys down here.
Yeah. And shout out to my man Vince Wright, the governor of sports talk out of Minnesota, representing that big Midwest in that Minnesota, in the governor's mansion up there. I saw snow on, shout out to my girl Miss Neek of the beautiful podcast. But I saw her Instagram post where there was a little snow out there. I was like, that's crazy. But anyway, you can catch Vince on Tuesday evenings about 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I always translate to Eastern because that's where I'm at. But be sure to follow him on Spreaker, xsquadaffiliates.com. And he always going to bring you a high-quality show. Out of that division, the Cowboys division, do you see anybody knocking Philadelphia out of that number 1 spot?
Wow, Philadelphia's been on fire. I mean, Carson Wentz, for a lot of folks, including myself, has been the MVP for the first half of the season. I mean, it's a team that's 7-1, and it's being led by a guy who's got obviously all the physical gifts at the quarterback position that you would want. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. The Cowboys, fortunately, still have not played Philadelphia yet, and they'll see Philadelphia a little bit later on in November. So it's one of those things where the Dallas Cowboys have to keep pace. They're the only team I see right now in terms of that NFC East division that could even potentially catch Philadelphia at this point, because they still do have the opportunity to play them twice before season's end. So, but right now, I mean, they are absolutely on fire. I mean, Carson Wentz, I think he's 19 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, a QB rating over 100, and it's been on fire. I mean, they're back at home this week against a Denver football team who's struggling at the quarterback position. In fact, they're going to turn the Brock Osweiler on Sunday to try and right the ship out in Denver. So it looks like it could get that much easier for Philadelphia at home hosting Denver. But no, not as of right now. I don't see anybody